And by Metro Cell Security of Michigan. Call 1-800-LEADER-1. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Everybody needs a little KFC. And welcome back to Wayne State Stadium here in downtown Detroit. Pete Pranick along with Skip Mackholtz. The coin toss was held while Skip and I were talking on the field, and here it is. See Gary Rutan and Garth Frost and Nate Bush, the tri-captains, as Wayne State wins the toss, and they'll defer their decision to the second half.
Walking, you done with that?
Tom Rippenroth is the official, the lead official, and he signals that the University of Indianapolis will receive the football to start the ball game.
You know, Pete.
Dominic Lividati leading the Tartars onto the field. The gleaming gold helmets and the Kelly green jerseys. And they are pumped up about this game.
You know, Pete, I think it's a good idea to put the defense on the field first. This team has only scored in Indianapolis, that being 10 points in 3 games. So I think you want to set the precedent early of what's going on.
Dominic Lividati coming back, and he was the quarterback's coach. And Skip, interestingly enough, he had the opportunity to work with both Michael Glusky and Anthony Frederick when he was here earlier under Brian Van Gorder.
Coach had a conversation with Brian now. Brian's down in Florida coaching, and he was very surprised to become the head coach, Pete. He was coming back to be an assistant, and then Brian Van Gorder left to take this opportunity down in Florida.
Tartars, some with their helmets raised as they get ready to kick off to start the ball game. They are 1-2 on the season as they play in front of a crowd here on academic day at Wayne State. Our kickoff specialist and the place kicker for Wayne State, Matt Fishburne, the sophomore. He's had some difficulties with placements so far this year. In fact, he's yet to connect on his first. Phil Scheiben, number 35, is one of the deep men here on the near side, and he's joined by Craig Cochran, the flanker, number 19. Cochran retreats back to his own 3. Behind the wedge to the 15, and is swarmed under by a wave of Tartars at the 18-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Indianapolis at that point. Making the stop for Wayne State, number 57, Ron Atkins, the outside linebacker. Skip, as we talked about in the open, Kevin Kreenhagen, a true freshman quarterback, will be the starter for Indianapolis.
Well, this is his first start, Pete. He's a true freshman. Was going to start the first game against Slippery Rock, but injured a knee ligament prior to the first game in practice. So this is his first start. It's going to be interesting to see how he does.
They work from an offset eye on 1st and 10. Straight back. Short pass, knocked out of bounds. It's Martin Helam, the tailback on the out route, getting knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A pickup of about 7 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 3. The stop applied by Rod Simmons, number 41. He is the top tackler for the Tartars, a sophomore out of Oak Park. Phil Scheiben is number 35 in the backfield. He's the all-everything tailback. The motion man is the fullback Corey Zavella as he sets himself off to the right. Kreenhagen hands to Scheiben, and Scheiben plows across the 25 to the 26, and Gary Rutan made the stop and comes up rather pumped because they held Scheiben to no gain.
Nothing fancy going on right here, just a straight handoff to the tailback. As you can see, he's looking for the soft spot or the hole. There isn't any there because of Mr. Rutan.
Once again from the offset eye. 3rd down and about a yard. The handoff to Scheiben, spinning around the left side. He's got the 1st down and more to the 33-yard line before the hit is finally applied by a Tartar just now getting up a little bit on the slow side. That was Scott Fisher, the middle linebacker.
Kreenhagen has a little trouble getting the ball to Scheiben this time. Look at, nice run that time to try to rip the ball out right now, but he is a solid back, as we said in the open, Pete. He's a 4-year starter.
First and 10 as you get a look at Phil Scheiben. First and 10 from the Indianapolis 32-yard line. 3 receivers set for Greenhagen as he retreats on first and 10. Under pressure, the scramble, and he cannot get away from number 97. That's the freshman, Deshaun Franklin. That is his second sack of the season. It is a loss on the play back to about the 27-yard line. So a loss of 6 as Greenhagen can't get away.
Greenhagen, this is a coverage sack right here, what's going on. The young man has enough sense not to throw into coverage, takes it down, tries to get whatever he can. Not much there, but does a sensible thing for a young quarterback.
And they lose 5 yards on the play. Deshaun Franklin, he played baseball last year for Western Michigan as a catcher at 275. That's a big target. Greenhagen in deep trouble. Scheiben on a screen up the middle. Has a little running room, but it's closed off at the 35-yard line as Wayne State skip that time did a good job of seeing the play develop, and they held it to a negligible gain of about 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long situation.
Well, you know, Pete, anytime that it seems that you're getting in too easy, you know it's going to be a screen or a draw. And right now, you see this. Now you have the lineman coming back here, and the lineman comes back, makes the tackle. Tries to make the tackle anyhow. Slows him down a little bit, though. Good play defensively.
3rd and long, they'll call it 6. 3 receivers for Greenhagen, looking to the near side, throwing. He's got a man, but he's out of bounds. The pass was intended for number 81, that's Wes Page, a wide receiver, but the out route carried him out of bounds, and so the Wayne State defense has held here with 12:25 to play in the first.
Okay, here's a rookie mistake right now, folks. He's looking at his receiver. He's looking at him the whole way down the field. Now, if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm saying, make sure we look at this kid's eyes. He has trouble. He throws into double coverage. It's lucky he gets the ball to the receiver.
The punt, a short one, and Nate Bush tries to take it on the run. He muffs it, and Indianapolis has recovered at the Wayne State 46-yard line. Exactly what Wayne State did not want to do, Skip, as Nate Bush came to take that short punt off of David Burton's foot. He had to come up and muffed it, and it's 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds, and they pick up in good field position, 1st and 10.
Well, let's take a look at Nate right now. He tries to make the ball is dying. There's a lot more wind on the field than I think Nate expected.
1st and 10 for the Greyhounds following the turnover. Scheiben around right end. He eludes one man, tries to bounce it to the outside. A pickup of 8 for Scheiben on that play. And the stop applied by Rich Hamoud, the junior from Dearborn, who played his high school ball at Fordson High School. But a good run by Scheiben that time. And this is a real gut check for Wayne State, Skip, as we take a look at Scheiben at the end of this run. This is a real gut check.
Well, what we have here is a missed tackle right here on number 26. Oh, excuse me, at the tail end of the play, a good tackle. It was a bad tackle earlier that let him gain 8 yards.
2nd and 3 for the Greyhounds. No score. First quarter from Wayne State Stadium. Scheiben bounces away from people, trying to break it to the outside. Scheiben in a foot race to the sideline, dragged out at the 16-yard line. Eric Doggett, the cornerback, the freshman out of Battle Creek on run support. And that was an excellent job of improvisation by Scheiben, Skip, because there was nothing up the middle. He bounced it to the outside, and we'll see it from a ground level angle.
Well, here's a guy that's played a little bit wild, Pete. Here's a senior, sees there's nothing inside, takes it outside, doesn't switch the ball, should switch the ball, take it away from the defender. But once again, here's what we talked about in the open, Pete. If they're going to do something, this is the guy that's got to get it done for them.
1st and 10 for Indianapolis. They have it at the Wayne State 16. Offset I for the Greyhounds. Scheiben again, the workhorse. Not much there this time as he is dragged down by linebacker Rod Simmons, number 41. The pickup on the play, let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it up at about the 15-yard line, so a pickup of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. And as we've documented, Indianapolis has had trouble scoring points this season, but they get a gift-wrapped opportunity following the muffed punt. Tartars show blitz. They throw to the other side, and it is incomplete, intended for Martin Heelan, the tailback out of the backfield. That's the second time they've gone to that play.
Well, it's a tough play for a linebacker to cover because you got a back on the linebacker. This is what you like to do when you're an offensive coordinator. The problem is it's a bad pass. It's a wobbly pass.
The concept was good. They chop block Rutan at the line of scrimmage to cut down on the rush, but it brings up 3rd and long for Indianapolis from the Tartar 15-yard line. Greenhagen, the true freshman, on the draw. Scheibin, big hole, barreling forward, but not enough for the first down to about the 9-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, Pete, I think the reason they did this is a safe play anyhow. You don't want to make mistakes with the young quarterback down here in the red zone. They give the ball to the senior. He finds the hole. If you get the first down, if you don't get the first down, okay, too, because you brought the ball in the middle of the field for an easy field goal. And they're going for it. There you go. Here's my coaching. It's a gutsy move.
It is a gutsy move. 4th and 2, the line to make the 7. Scheibin straight ahead, and he's got the first down to the 5. And if you look at the mannerisms of the Indianapolis offensive line, they are very excited because they are making great progress against Wayne State. Look at the blocking on this, Skip.
Exactly. It's man on man right up front. They got the fullback coming in trying to kick a linebacker out. And this is, look at this guy. He doesn't want, he's going forward. He's going to get this 2 yards. You know, we're talking with Coach earlier. He said he's going to Indianapolis, that he says it's going to be a very conservative type of offense. I don't see anything conservative, Pete.
Well, but they have executed well, and that'll make any offense look good. 1st and goal for the Greyhounds. Hand off to Martin Helam. He barrels his way off of left guard down to about the 1. So a change of pace for Indianapolis on that play as they change up their ball carrier of choice. The stop made by Ken Johnson, the junior linebacker out of Southgate Anderson. And Helam leaves the ball game. 2nd and goal inside the 1 for Indianapolis. 9:23 to play. There is no score here in the first quarter from Wayne State Stadium. Greenhagen, the sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis, and their streak of 9 scoreless quarters has come to an end thanks to the turnover, a muffed punt by Nate Bush. So the Greyhounds jump out in front. Skip, sorry, 9:14 to play in the first. Nothing fancy about this.
Well, here we go. He's just going to take the ball, this young man, a freshman on his first start, takes him basically 80-something yards, Pete. Really, they haven't had a drive like this in 3 games.
Matt Nee will hold. And the kicker is number 83, Adam Watkins, and he belts it through. So with 9:14 to play in the first, the Greyhounds turn the turnover into points, and they lead the Tartars 7-0. We'll be right back with more football action from Wayne State Stadium. And we'll take a look at one of his runs here in just a bit. And a short kickoff, and that one drops. Picked up by number 86 for Wayne State. That's John Roberts, and he carries it out to the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Wayne State. Skip Scheibin really doing well. Great blocking from the offensive line, but this man looks a lot, ironically, like Joe Goff last year.
Yeah, he does. And they like to get the ball in Joe's hand, and they're going to get the ball in Phil's hand. He's a senior once again. He's a workhorse. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. The ball's just going to be in his hands, Pete. He's the guy that's going to take them to the promised land today.
145 yards a year ago and 1 touchdown. And he didn't get the touchdown, as we said. Greenhagen got it on the sneak from the 1, but without Scheibin's running, it would not have happened. There's your starting quarterback, Michael Glusky. He's a sophomore. This is his 2nd start of the season. And they're going to go to end around to Nate Bush. And Bush does not have any blockers, but he turns the quarter anyway to the 35, up ahead to the 40 and the 41-yard line. That play, Skip, didn't look like it developed very well. Almost a naked reverse, if you will, without much blocking in front. But Nate Bush carries. He is stopped by Brian Campbell for Indianapolis on the play.
Well, Nate Bush is Wayne State's Mr. Everything. He's going to get reverses today. He's going to get flanker screens. He's going to take kickoffs. He's going to take punts. And I'll tell you what, this is why they get the ball in his hands. This should have been an 8-yard loss, Pete. He turns it into a 9-yard gain.
Last year against Indianapolis, he had 3 touchdowns.
Exactly.
All passes were caught off of short routes, and he made it all on his own. Second and short. Offensive coordinator's dream with the I tandem of Reed